record. Sorry. And then I'm going to, oh shoot, mute you all out. So Rachel, whenever you share, you're gonna have to go in and mute yourself out. And then I'm going to share my screen. Okay, sorry, technology. It gets me every time. All right, well, I am so excited that you all took the time tonight to hop on this call. I'm excited about this amazing information that we get to share, and it's been so much fun getting to partner with Rachel and getting to know her better. My name is Julie. You're going to get to hear from our other good friend, Julie, and of course from Rachel tonight. But we are part, now Rachel is a part of an amazing community called the Healthy Living Revolution, where together we are really coming alongside of individuals and families and teaching them ways that they can help take their health back, using methods that are simple, doable, and fun, which is what's really important. So I'm going to get right to it and get to all the information. We are passionate because, unfortunately, there are two very startling trends in our world today. And the first is that environmental toxins are increasing. So whether this is with products that you're putting on your skin, food that you're eating, water that you're drinking, air that you're breathing, pharmaceuticals that you're taking, our world is more toxic today than ever. And at the same time that our world is becoming more toxic, our food quality has decreased dramatically. So I love this image because this gentleman is in the center aisles of the grocery store. And I learned about 6 years ago, I stopped reading calories and fat, and I started looking at ingredients in my food, and it was incredibly eye-opening. I realized that I was usually eating more food-like products than actual food. And so that was a big changer for me. You know, our foods are full of preservatives, flavor enhancers, pesticides, artificial colors, and our food should really be what's defending us from our more toxic environment. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening. This is Dr. David Katz. He's the head of prevention at Yale University. And he said that this may be the first generation of children to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents. Since he's made that quote, it's actually been proven true that if we don't make any changes, this will be the first generation of children to have a shorter life expectancy. I don't believe that's going to happen because we're all on the phone here tonight. People are figuring things out, and people are becoming more passionate about putting health first. So I think we're going to change that tide, but that is really scary because for all of documented mankind, we have always lived longer. So to see that this trend is moving backwards is very eye-opening. 1 in 3 children is obese, 1 in 3 will develop diabetes, and more than 25% take prescription drugs. This is Dr. Bill Sears. He's known as America's pediatrician, and he shares that as adults, we aren't doing any better. So 1 in 3 people live with some form of cardiovascular disease. 1 in 3 women will have cancer, and 1 in 2 men will have cancer. That's amazing. 1 in 3 will have diabetes by 2050, and 1 in 3 is obese. But the reason why we're excited really is because of this quote right here: 75% of all chronic disease is preventable. And so, whereas, you know, I don't believe that we have total control over everything that will happen in our health picture, I want to help you feel empowered tonight that there are things that you can do to fuel your body to be the healthiest that it can be. And there really are changes that we can make that are doable. So oxidative stress is linked to poor health. So what is oxidative stress? The best way to explain it is if you were to cut open an apple. When the flesh of the apple is exposed to air, you know, it starts to brown, to age, to rust. It begins to oxidize. And the same thing is happening in our body to our cells every day, all day long. There's nothing we can do about it. If we're breathing in air, we have oxidative stress. So actually, when we breathe in more air, like exercising, we have even more oxidative stress. And oxidative stress really is the internal rusting or aging of our body. And we know with that apple, when we take a lemon and we squeeze lemon juice on it, it will delay that rusting, aging, and browning process. And the same thing happens to us internally. So antioxidants help to provide a shield. They help to protect our cells, keep them from being damaged. And the long-term effects of more antioxidants in your diet every single day can make a huge difference. So we all know where we get antioxidants from, right? From fruits and vegetables. But unfortunately, today's massed produce is packing a much less nutritional punch. And there's 2 main reasons for this. The first is soil depletion, which is a whole nother topic I'm not going to go into. But if you're curious, you should totally Google it. But the second is that it's simply mass produced. We are buying produce from the grocery store that has been picked like 2 weeks before we purchase it. And most of the nutrition comes into a plant within the last 24 to 48 hours of ripening on the vine. But the food that we're buying from our supermarket doesn't even come close to ripening on the vine. It is picked way too soon. So it is very depleted in nutrition. You saw what I showed you earlier today about our food quality decreasing. Unfortunately, that's happening with our fruits and vegetables. This was the iron content that was present in a bowl of spinach in 1953. In 1997, you had to eat 43 bowls of spinach to get the same iron content that you got in one bowl of spinach in 1953. And that was 20 years ago. So I don't know where we are today, but I know it's not much better, or I know it's likely worse. And I really believe this image right here is a big reason why those stats from those doctors are so terrifying. You can explain that. So this is the difference between, what you get in your standard multivitamin and what you get in an apple. Many people are alarmed to know that they have actually discovered over 20,000 different phytonutrients that are present in one apple. They've discovered over 25,000 different nutrients present in one blueberry. And so right here is a list of 400 named ingredients in an apple. And all of those ingredients work synergistically in our body to help heal us or keep us well from the inside out. So ingredient number 7 works with ingredient number 4002 and ingredient number 10,008. And God knew exactly what he was doing when he put these fruits and vegetables on this earth. And what we decided about 60 years ago is that we had a deficiency. So we were going to take what we knew was in nature, man-make, isolate it in a lab, and put it in our bodies. And as we know, in the past 15, 60 years, we have not gotten any healthier. We've only gotten sicker. So we really don't have a vitamin deficiency. We have a whole food deficiency. And one thing I love to share that explains the difference between whole food and vitamins is that lycopene is present in a tomato. And lycopene is known to fight prostate cancer. But they are finding that when they remove the lycopene from the tomato, it has no effect on the cancer. And that's because that lycopene is working with the other thousands of ingredients that are present in the tomato. And that's what we really need. We need more tomatoes. We need more apples. We need more whole food. So they used to say 5 servings a day, 5 a day, then they changed it to 7 to 13. They've increased it now. If you're pregnant, nursing, fighting disease, over 200 pounds, they're realizing you actually need closer to 18 to 20 servings of fruits and vegetables. I've read some studies that say that within the next 50 years, they'll be encouraging 30 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And that's because our food is so depleted and we are fighting so much more toxicity. So we are so excited here on this call tonight because, many of us have found this amazing solution called Juice Plus. It was developed over 30 years ago by a doctor. He was a doctor that helped cancer patients. He helped them juice. His name was Dr. Smokey Santillo. And his dad was diagnosed with lymphoma. And he was given 3 weeks to live. So Dr. Smokey was trying to find a way to make his juice more powerful. So he decided that he wasn't going to juice his fruits and vegetables, but he was going to take the whole thing with the pits, the peels, the rinds, the seeds, even the leaves whenever possible, because that's where so much of the nutrition is. He was going to let it ripen on the vine, pick it when it was actually ripe, put it in a massive Vitamix, blend it up. What was left over was like a slurry, and he dehydrated that at a cold temperature to preserve the nutrients, and it resulted in a powder. So if you can see in my camera, it's like a powdered produce in a capsule. It really is just food, and he started just pumping his dad full of this powder. And he ended up living for 6 more years, and not only did he live, but he thrived. He had a great quality of life. And it was at that time that Dr. Smokey knew that he was onto something. So now our amazing product has been on the market for 25 years. And there are 3 things that make us incredibly unique. First is that it really is food. We have a food label. Hopefully you can see this in my camera. Oh, that's okay. Hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, I had to mute somebody out. Okay, so hopefully you can see that this is food. It has a nutrition label, not a vitamin or a supplement label. You cannot overdose. I knew this was really unique when I was told when my son was 6 months old, I could open the capsule and put it in his food or put it in his mouth because it is just food. As soon as they can have food, they can have Juice Plus. It's full of that phytonutrition, not isolated vitamins, non-GMO, dairy-free, and gluten-free. We have an NSF certification, which is a third party that validates that what we say is in our product is and nothing more. It's the highest level of certification you can receive, and we've had it for over 20 years. It's also what ensures that our product is free of any herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, yeast, mold, bacteria, which is much more than we can say for the produce we're buying in the store, which gives me a lot of peace of mind. And then finally, when our product hit the market 25 years ago, people just started having unique experiences, whether it was from allergies to asthma to eczema to cholesterol to blood sugar. And so they decided they wanted to take this product in human beings with blood drawn and see what it was doing. And so now we actually have 38 published studies. We are the most researched whole food product in the world. We have 6 underway right now as well. We've been researched at Yale, Vanderbilt, Brigham Young, MD Anderson Cancer Center, some of the most prestigious facilities, proving, what fruits and vegetables can do in the human body. So I'm going to share my favorite study with you because I cannot help myself. This was done at the University of Maryland. It was published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. It was the brainchild of a group of cardiologists because they know that high-fat meals are hard on our hearts, and they wanted to see the effects of Juice Plus on our heart, so on our heart health. So they took a group of men to a very popular fast food restaurant and fed them a high-fat meal. And they waited 4 hours, and they measured the constriction in their brachial artery. That's this gray line. Everybody had between 40 and 50% constriction. So their body was working 40 to 50% harder 4 hours after eating that meal, simply to pump blood through their body. That's crazy to think about. And then they divided the group into 3. So they put one group on a placebo, they put one group on our fruits and our veggies, and they put the last group on our fruits, veggies, and our berries. And they waited only 28 days. They took them back, fed them the same meal, waited 4 hours, and measured the constriction. So this purple bar is 28 days later. As you can see, the placebo group, they had the least amount of constriction to begin with, and they had a very slight reduction 28 days later. Our group on our fruits and our veggies, they had 68% less constriction just 28 days later. And then the group on our fruits, veggies, and berries, they had the most constriction to begin with. They went from around 50% constriction to less than 1% constriction. They had a reduction of 98%, which the reason this is so powerful to me is because this group changed nothing else. All they did was add these 6 capsules into their diet every day. They added more of the good stuff, more fruits and vegetables. And because it's food and it's nutrition, their body knew exactly what to do with it. So this doesn't mean go to your favorite fast food restaurant and eat as many of those high-fat meals as you want, but it means that when you do, your body's going to be able to handle them better, which I think is amazing. And if it's doing this, what else is it preventing? What else is it helping with? We also have amazing products called our Juice Plus Complete Shakes. My family, we have these every single day. It's the easiest and cheapest fast food and healthiest fast food available. They come in chocolate and vanilla. They're absolutely delicious. My husband, myself, my 4-year-old, my 2-year-old love them. They're low glycemic, so they stabilize your blood sugar. The number one thing my friends tell me is that they actually keep them full. And this is why. It's because you have stable blood sugar after. They're vegan and non-GMO, gluten and dairy-free, full of plants. They have 24 different plants in them and some amazing prebiotic fibers. So if you are not regular right now, you will be with our capsules and our shakes, that is for sure. Last October, we introduced our first capsule product in 15 years. It's our Juice Plus Omega Blends. We know that omega fatty acids support our heart, brain, joints, skin, and eyes. And many people have chosen to supplement with a fish oil. But we have decided to skip the fish and go straight to the plants, which is actually where the fish get their oil from. So we have a full spectrum omega. It's omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 from all plants, which is making it much more sustainable, much more pure. And the really important thing is that it is cold pressed. So these capsules, this is what took so long for our company to come up with this, the technology to cold press these capsules. Many oil supplements are fully encapsulated, and when they're encapsulated that way, they've had to be heated to a very high temperature, and that degrades the quality of the oil inside. And so these oils, the research is underway right now, and I'm so passionate about them for what they've been able to do for me, for my anxiety. Some of my friends have noticed difference in their joints and even their eyes. So I'm just crazy about this amazing product. But I'll sum this part up with this quote from Dr. Richard Du Bois. He was the head of infectious disease in Atlanta. He's been named America's top doc, and he was the first of now, some of the first of now thousands of healthcare professionals that support the Juice Plus company. And he said, there is nothing available anywhere else in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus does. So I'm so honored to be able to share this product and this information with you tonight. And at this point, I'm going to ask Rachel to unmute herself and just share, why she decided to have Juice Plus in her life and what she's seen from it. So go ahead and take it away, Rachel.
Thank you, Julie. Yeah, I decided to try Juice Plus very skeptically at first, about almost a year ago, with my own personal health and my natural approach to helping rheumatoid arthritis in myself. I had tried a lot of things, different diet, homeopathy, different vitamins, all different types of omega fats, juicing, eliminating foods, medicine, ibuprofen, just a whole slew of things. And not just for myself, but now, as you all know, with the little ones, it's very interesting trying to get little picky eaters healthy and able to handle all of the stuff coming at them, whether it's just being outside with all the pollen and the pollution in our system, or going into multiple child care facilities, which they do these days, just to fight off and have strong immune systems. So almost a year ago, I asked my coworker, why was she so healthy all the time and so energetic and so strong? And she's an older lady. And she said, you know what? I take Juice Plus and my kids have always taken it. They never got sick. And I thought, okay, I don't believe you. Let me try this. And so I asked her, I said, okay, Hildy, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to save up this portion of money for this and give it a try for 4 months, and then we'll see. So I did. And now the kids have been on it. So Nate and Abby, they both take the chewable form of the Juice Plus fruits and veggies. They love it. And we're talking picky eaters here. They do not know that they are eating kale and spinach and broccoli and beets and tomatoes and all these wonderful things, but they know they really like what they're eating. And it's the first thing that Abby asks for in the morning. When she asks for her breakfast, she says, I want my gummies, Mommy, my gummies. And then Nate, who it does have a little bit more variety in his diet these days, now that he's a big 4-year-old, he still is crazy about these. And he takes them regularly. And then I've also noticed recently, he's been a lot more open to trying different types of vegetables. Just his interest has been piqued for green things for some reason. Not that it's always successful, but Juice Plus has always been successful. So Nate used to struggle a lot with being coughs and colds and various types of symptoms like that. And I remember like over a year ago, it seemed like he would get a cold or whatever it was, an infection that would last 2 weeks, and then he'd get well for a week, and then he'd get something else. And I spent a lot of sleepless nights. As a single mom, no fun. Never being able to catch up. Sleepless nights attending to him, waking up multiple times a night with his cough and crying and not being able to breathe with his nose and just all of that. And so we'd been through that for a long time when Nate was little. After he started doing the Juice Plus regularly, I saw a difference within 6 to 8 weeks. And I thought, okay, well, maybe we're past flu season. I think it was January or February. Maybe we're over the hump now. But sure enough, as he's been spending more and more time in different childcare facilities, but he has caught less and less and less, and it just grows. It's an exponential difference in him and Abby as well. Whenever they are exposed to other sick children, they're very unlikely to catch something these days. And I noticed that if Nate will catch a cold, it will not turn into an infection like it used to. He will have maybe a little bit of stuffy nose. He might have that cough for 2 to 3 days, and then he's fine and it's gone. And that's just such a huge praise and a huge relief, because he gets the sleep he needs. He can do most of his activities that he wants to be doing most of the time, whereas before he was missing out on a lot of things, or just running a fever because his cold had gotten to an infection. Now I have this list here of all the things that we tried and that I spent so much money on regularly. I don't know if y'all can see. Doctor's visits, medicines like antibiotics, different types of homeopathic remedies from our natural supplement store that are wonderful, but they do not prevent catching the sicknesses. Kleenex, ibuprofen, what does that say? Urgent care visits. We did a couple of those with the kids. And then the list goes on. It goes on down to the bottom, because I would try and juice a lot of my own produce and give it to the kids, but they didn't really like it, or if they did, they would be done after 2 little sips. So looking at that long list of all the stuff, I guarantee you, I've looked all my costs up. What the stuff I used to have to buy to keep the kids well is far more pricey than one thing we do now, Juice Plus. So not only are we in the long run saving money, but the kids are healthier and happier and able to do a lot more of what they enjoy doing. So that's when I've decided, okay, we're going to keep doing our Juice Plus, and I'm going to do whatever it takes so that the kids can keep having this all the time.
Oh my goodness, you are amazing. I could listen to that all the time. That your story is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I love your little comparison, because it's very true. I was that sick person all the time. And even just in my own life, just the hassle, the money, it's so refreshing just to be well. So at this point, I'm going to throw it to our wonderful friend, Julie, and ask her to unmute herself and share her story.
Sure. Well, I could definitely relate to Rachel. Thank you for sharing. I found out about Juice Plus several years ago myself, and when my friend Julie, who's hosting the call, who was a neighbor, shared with me, and I was pretty skeptical as well. I have a passion for nutrition and had done a lot of research, and I had not heard about Juice Plus, which I still can't figure that out, because I don't know, it's been around for 25 years, but it had not come across my path. And at the same time, I was dealing with a son who had asthma, and pretty severe asthma. We had landed in the PICU 3 different times within 1 year. So pretty not light asthma bouts, but pretty serious. And I finally was getting a diagnosis of asthma. In the beginning, when they're small, they need at least 2 big bouts of this for them to label it as such. So when they did that, they sent us to an asthma specialist, and he told me that even though it was only happening every 4 months or so, we were going to need to put him on a daily steroid. And for me, that just sunk in, to have a child on a daily medication at the age of 4.5 was really serious to me. And I, being the researcher I am, I kind of went back to the books and tried to figure out what was causing this. And what I was coming up with was inflammation. And at the same time, Julie keeps telling me about Juice Plus. I keep telling her, no, thank you. And finally she says, well, what about if I could just get it for him? And I said, well, what do you mean? And she said, well, the company will sponsor a child if an adult is taking it. He could take it for free. And so a woman named Judy, who I still have not met this day, sponsored Elijah. And we started giving him, instead of daily steroids, we started giving him daily fruits and vegetables. And I am here to tell you that it'll be 18 months next month since we have had a serious problem with asthma. We have not landed in the PICU again. When he does get constriction from time to time, we just use essential oils and diffuse that. So I have been able to take all of those steroids, which I took from the doctor and put in the back of my cupboard. I've been able to keep them there. And that is amazing to me. That I don't think I could say that about any vitamin. I don't think I could say that about any homeopathic. As Rachel said, they're great at handling symptoms, but they're not going to be handling the base cause of it. So I feel like Juice Plus got to the root of our problem, and now our whole family, which includes 10 of us, take Juice Plus, and we will take it for as long as we can.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, it's been so cool to see Elijah's story. And you just think about the difference in long term that it'll be for him to be able to avoid that daily steroid. So thank you for sharing. I know personally, I just had a better mood and more energy and less sick visits. So it just made sense to me, right? Like, if we're going to spend money on anything, our health and prevention, I believe, really should be first on the list. So we're kind of going to switch gears here a little bit and talk about, we have our healthy living revolution, where we really try to share with people simple ways that they can become healthier. And then we have something we call our freedom revolution, which is a little bit more about our company and our business and the opportunity that we provide to people. And as many of you know, Rachel has decided to partner with the Juice Plus company. I do that, Lori does that, Julie does that. And we're just going to talk a little bit about what it's like to partner with the Juice Plus company. And you can maybe think if there's anyone in your life who would maybe be interested in something like this. So I'm going to share my screen again real fast. Oh, here we go. This one. So Sorry, let me catch up. Okay. So what sets us apart? Well, as we said, our product has been around for 25 years. Our company itself, Juice Plus, has been around for 50 years. And we are headquartered right outside of Memphis, Tennessee. So we are in over 22 countries now, and we are approaching $1 billion a year in sales. So I heard somebody say the other day, $1 billion a year in sales on little plant powders. It's not an experiment. It's an amazing, amazing solution. But to share this with your friends and family, to share this amazing solution, what does it entail? Well, it's $50 a year to become a Juice Plus rep to align with our company. For that $50, you get business websites, you get a back end that supports your office, that you can help place orders, take care of your customers, take care of your team. And then you have a website that people can a customer-facing website where people can go and order product from and check out your products. You get company support. We like to say, really, we just talk to people and the company does the rest. They ship to our customers, they bill them, they collect from them, they handle everything, and then they pay us monthly by direct deposit. We do not carry any inventory. The only Juice Plus that we touch is our own. Any commission levels that you hit with our company are permanent, and that makes us incredibly unique. It's really what allows you to kind of do this business as you do life. There are seasons where you could engage, seasons where you may need to, where you can't be as engaged, and you really can just share as is convenient for you. At the top level of our company, you're offered a family insurance package, and this is an insurance package that rivals and is actually much better than most company insurance packages these days. So it's full medical care, dental, long-term disability, life insurance, college tuition reimbursement. The list goes on. And that really is what allows people to go full-time with our opportunity and families to go full-time with the Juice Plus company. There are no quotas or minimums. So again, like I said, whatever level you hit is permanent. And then when you're there are no quotas or minimums, which again allows you to do this as you do life. We have people that, do this on a part-time basis and just share casually with friends and family, and others that take this full-time with the insurance package. And they have this as a full-time income. Our products are consumable. So my 6-month-old son and my 87-year-old grandmother take the same products because it's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. We all need it, and we all need it every single day. And at the bottom of a bottle, you need more. So that opportunity allows you to earn residual income. Because as you just share with people, I shared with people 4 years ago that are still taking Juice Plus today, and many of them are sharing with their friends and family. So because it's something that we all need, and it solves a big problem, which is prevention of disease, it really allows for a big opportunity. So this business and company is amazing because it really can just meet you where you are. And we really are looking for people who are looking for a solution like this. So that might not be you on the call, but maybe you know of somebody in your life who's looking to add an income stream that they can do on a part-time basis or when it's convenient for them and their family. So at this point, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and ask Rachel to unmute herself again and just share why she's decided to align with the Juice Plus company.
I decided that it would be a wise thing to do, since I know that myself and Nate and Abby are wanting to continue using Juice Plus and having that in our regular daily meal plan. And if I'm going to keep doing it, I might as well get a bit of a discount on what I'm buying, right? I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer for me. And I had my good friend Lori come over and talk to me about that one day. And I said, okay, Lori, I don't like going to talk to people. I don't like, making phone calls. I don't think that's really for me. I mean, I'm glad you're doing that. Good for you. And she said, well, okay. I mean, I understand. I respect that. That's totally fine. But maybe there'll be a point in your future where you'd like to try doing this at home and having a little at-home business in the future. And maybe you just want to be a rep right now to get that discount. I think maybe it's commission. Is that the right word, Julie, to use? Is commission? Okay, that's the right word. So I'm just learning all of this. I just thought, okay, why not? Why not receive a little bit back? So we have our Juice Plus shipped to us. And then after I buy my Juice Plus for the kids, I get a check in the mail, which brings me back some of the money that I spent to buy it. And it's just wonderful. And I just can't, there's no bad thing about that. So even if you're an introvert, you don't like to do any kind of at-home business, you do not want to go out and talk to people, I still think that it can be a really interesting opportunity to join the Juice Plus team to continue to get your product with a commission and then be able to share with a friend. If you have a friend come to you, which I have had multiple people come to me and ask me about the kids' health. And they ask if they can buy it from me. And I never said, would you like to try buying Juice Plus? But they came to me and they asked because they said, you know what? I'd rather purchase my whole food item from my friend than give the money to Whole Foods or GNC or whoever. You know, I can be kind of their GNC for them. So that's what I really love about it so far.
Oh gosh, I love that. And you address something so important, which is that people are coming to you, and that's a sign people are looking for a solution like this. Juice Plus is only in 2% of homes, and we actually really need help. We need help sharing it with people, people just to offer their story to others, like Rachel's amazing story from earlier. So really, it is shocking. People are often surprised at how much their friends and family are looking for a solution. So Julie, if you can unmute yourself and briefly share your story, we'd love to hear from you, and then we'll wrap this call up.
Yeah, sure. Well, I absolutely love that. Why not? Yeah, why not be your friend's GNC? That's a great point, Rachel. So I started sharing Juice Plus about 8 months ago. I am a homeschooling mom. I have 8 children. I run a co-op out of my home. I'm a pastor's wife. Pretty much my life is full. So I really didn't think, well, can I do one more thing? But here's the reality. Did I mention I have 8 children and I'm a pastor's wife? So those two things don't necessarily equate. Or which one doesn't belong? I don't know. But we've got them both. So I had to figure out something to do to bridge the gap between what was coming in and how much food I had to put on my table. And so as I looked at this product, which I just told you about my amazing experience, I was going to tell everybody about it anyway. That's who I am. So where Rachel maybe is more of an introvert, I am an extrovert, and I'm a promoter, and I promote everything. And Lori, you probably can nod your head because she knows that's true. So I'm going to tell people anyway. So I just figured, why not? And I've been doing this 8 months, and I'm just going to share with you the income potential has gone beyond what I thought. So where, Rachel's excited about earning a little bit back on her products. And I kind of thought, okay, right, I want to at least pay for my products. Well, it is, quadrupled, quintupled, I don't know, 6-7 times my product. And I'm buying product for 10 people. So I am making a significant income in 7 months, and I have not left my home. I don't have to work on anybody else's schedule. I keep no inventory. I ship nothing. I just talk to people. I'm a resource about a health product for people, which I love. And I feel like I'm doing good. If I am spending some time doing this, which I am, maybe an hour or 2 a day, maybe 10 hours a week, it's good. It's something that I can feel good about if I am going to, spend something other than homeschooling my kids and making dinner and all of that. So I am loving this opportunity. I'd be happy to talk to anybody about it. Did I miss anything, Julie? I think that's it, right?
No, that was wonderful. And yes, I've been with the company now for 4 years, and it was similar. It was just that I really believe people deserve to know this was an option. They put kale and broccoli into a capsule or a chewable, and you can get it into your children and into yourself consistently every day. I didn't expect that it would turn into the income stream that it did. And it's been such a blessing for our family, for me to be able to leave my full-time job and now be home with my kids, like Julie said, making this income from home. So I believe the way we do business is really changing. Look at us all in our living rooms, talking to each other. It's so cool. So really, we want you, as Rachel kind of launches her event, to just be thinking, or launches her business, to just be thinking, do you know of anybody? Do you know of anybody who's looking for better health? Do you know of anybody who's looking for an additional income stream that they can add from home? And if you do, are you willing to connect them to Rachel? That's really what she's looking for. At this point, it's just to help connect, help to find those people that are out there looking for more health or some options in their finances. So hopefully you enjoyed this information. I'll go ahead and stop the recording and unmute you all. Thank you so much, Rachel and Julie, for sharing. You did such an amazing job. And if you have any questions, please get with Rachel. We can get on the phone and answer anything for you. And we really just appreciate your support tonight. Rachel, do you have any final closing comments?
Thank you for hosting that, Julie. I really liked all the slides. It was very interesting to see the research.
Oh, good. I didn't know if you'd seen it yet, so I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Well, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.